I still remember the cold wind that day like it was yesterday. The train station was loud, busy, filled with people rushing to catch their trains. And there I was, just 16 years old, standing alone on the platform with my small backpack, waiting for my older sister. Her name was Elena. She was 21, the golden child of our family. Confident, funny, always the center of attention. I looked up to her more than anyone in the world. That weekend, we had taken a short trip together, just the two of us. It was supposed to be our special sister bonding time. I was so excited. We had just gotten off the train at the station near home. Elena turned to me with that playful smile and said, "Wait here, okay? I'm going to grab us some hot chocolate before we head back. Don't move." I nodded, smiling back. "Hurry up, it's freezing." She laughed and disappeared into the crowd. I waited. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15. My phone buzzed. It was a text from her. "I'm sorry, but this is hilarious. Let's see if you can find your own way home. Love you, little sis." Smiley face. I read it twice, my heart sinking. I thought it was a joke. She'd come back any second, laughing, teasing me about how scared I looked. But the minutes kept ticking by. No Elena, no hot chocolate, no big sister. I called her, straight to voicemail. I texted back, nothing. The station started emptying out. The evening grew darker and colder. That's when it hit me. She wasn't coming back. Tears burned my eyes as I stood there, a scared 16-year-old girl with barely enough money for a ticket and no idea what to do. People walked past me like I was invisible. I felt so small, so abandoned, so completely betrayed by the one person I trusted most in this world. That single text shattered something deep inside me. My own sister had left me there as a joke. She wanted to teach me a lesson, or maybe she just thought it would be funny. But in that moment, something in our relationship broke forever. I wiped my tears, bought the cheapest ticket I could, and got on the next train home. When I finally walked through our front door hours later, exhausted and broken, Elena was already there on the couch, laughing with our parents like nothing had happened. She looked up and said, "Oh, you made it. See? I knew you could do it. You're tougher than you think." My parents chuckled along with her. To them, it was just another silly sister prank. But for me, it wasn't funny at all. That night, I cried myself to sleep. The sister I had idolized for years had treated me like I was nothing, like my feelings didn't matter, like my safety was just a punchline. The next morning, Elena tried to make it up with pancakes and jokes. "Come on, don't be so sensitive. It was just a little prank. You're fine, right?" I looked at her and forced a small smile. But inside, I was shattered. Something had changed. The trust was gone. Over the next few weeks, I pulled away. I stopped sharing my secrets with her. I stopped asking for her advice. When she wanted to hang out, I made excuses. She noticed, of course. "What's wrong with you lately?" she'd ask, rolling her eyes. "You used to be fun." I never told her how deeply that day at the station had hurt me, how abandoned I felt, how her laughter still echoed in my head every time I remembered standing alone on that cold platform. Our parents brushed it off too. "Sisters fight, you'll get over it." But I didn't get over it. By the time I turned 18, I had made a quiet decision. I was going to build a life where I never had to depend on anyone who could hurt me like that again, especially not Elena. I worked hard, studied late into the nights, and saved every penny. After high school, I moved to another city for college, far enough that visits home became rare. I told my family it was for better opportunities. The truth was, I needed space to heal. Elena called and texted less and less as the years passed. Sometimes she'd complain that I was being distant. She'd say, "You act like I'm a stranger now." I never argued, I just stayed quiet. The little sister who once worshipped her had quietly disappeared. I built a new life. I graduated with honors, found a good job in marketing, made real friends who valued me, and slowly learned to trust again. I even started a small side business that began to grow. For the first time, I felt strong, independent, free from the shadow of that painful memory. Meanwhile, Elena's life took a different path. She jumped from job to job, always looking for something easier. She stayed closer to home, still the center of attention at family gatherings. She got married young, had a baby, but things didn't go as she expected. I heard bits and pieces from our parents, but I kept my distance. 10 years had passed since that day at the train station. 10 quiet years where I never looked back. Until one rainy afternoon, my phone rang. It was Elena. I stared at her name on the screen for a long moment before answering. "Hello?" Her voice sounded different, tired, shaky, nothing like the confident big sister I once knew. "Hey, it's me. Listen, I really need to talk to you. Can we meet, please?" I stayed calm. "What's going on?" She hesitated, then the words spilled out. Her marriage was falling apart. Her husband had left. She was struggling with money, with raising her daughter alone, and our parents were getting older and couldn't help as much as before. She felt lost, overwhelmed. And then she said the words I never thought I'd hear. "I've been thinking a lot about that day at the train station, when I left you there. I thought it was just a silly joke back then. But lately, I realize how cruel it was. I'm so sorry. I was a terrible sister to you. I took you for granted." Her voice cracked. "I need my little sister back. I need your help. You always figured things out. You're so strong now. Please, can you forgive me?" I sat there in silence for a few seconds, letting her words sink in. 10 years of quiet pain rose up inside me, but not as anger anymore, just as a memory of who I used to be. I took a deep breath and spoke gently. "Elena, I forgave you a long time ago, but I didn't forget. That day changed me. It taught me that I couldn't keep depending on people who saw my pain as entertainment. So I built my own life, a life where I'm safe, where I'm respected, where no one gets to leave me behind as a joke." She started crying on the phone. "I know. I see that now. You're doing so well, and I'm struggling. I just want us to be close again, like before." I smiled softly, even though she couldn't see it. "We can talk. We can try to rebuild something, but it won't be like before. I'm not that scared little girl on the platform anymore, and you're not the big sister who gets to decide everything." We met a week later at a quiet cafe. She looked older, worn down by life. When she saw me, confident, calm, successful, her eyes filled with regret. She apologized again, this time face to face. She admitted how selfish she had been, how her joke had broken something precious between us. I didn't yell. I didn't throw her mistakes in her face. My revenge wasn't loud or dramatic. It was simple, quiet, and powerful. I had simply lived well. I had become the woman she never thought I could be without her, and seeing that success hurt her more than any words ever could. Today, we're slowly rebuilding a new kind of relationship, one based on respect, not blind trust. She understands now that actions have consequences, even years later. As for me, I finally found peace. That cold day at the train station taught me one of the hardest and most important lessons of my life. Sometimes the greatest revenge isn't hurting someone back, it's healing, growing, and thriving without them. If someone breaks your trust and laughs while doing it, don't stay broken. Walk away quietly. Build a beautiful life. And one day, when they look for the person they hurt, they'll find someone stronger, wiser, and completely at peace. That, my friends, is the kind of justice that lasts. Thank you for watching my story. If you've ever been betrayed by someone close to you, drop a comment and share. You're not alone. Remember, your healing is your power. See you in the next one.